Alright you guys, today I am doing a review and flip through on the Ollo Excel robot. This is a product that is sold by Timberdoodle, and it has been such a fun robotics kit for my son. He took a robotics course during our co-op last year and he absolutely loved it. So when they asked me if I would be interested in reviewing this, I was like, yes, because it's a way for me to offer him a robotics course without, having to find a robotics class, which, can be hit or miss in itself. But I love that he can do this at home, and that this is just so great. It has a really wonderful step-by-step instruction process. And so I'm going to go ahead and flip around the camera. I'm going to give you guys a look inside what all comes in the kit, a look inside each one of these booklets, and hopefully that will help you determine whether or not this robotics course would be good for your homeschool. Alright you guys, so to start, this is everything that you get in the kit. This is all of your robotics materials. You also get 3 booklets that go over different builds that you can do for the robot. And at the time of filming, this is $349.90. I will have this link down below in case you're interested and you want to go ahead and check it out. The first thing that I want to mention is how nice and sturdy this case is. I was really impressed with just all of the different compartments that there are to help your child keep everything nice and organized. So I'm going to walk you guys through everything that is inside, and then I will give you a quick flip through of just all of the different projects that your child can do, and then I'll even show you a few of the things that my son will build. Alright, so here are some of the items. You get a USB charging cable for some of the remotes. There's some additional pieces. And then this kit comes with 3 different controllers for your child to use with different robots. This one is the RB100 controller that has an LCD screen and is used for some of the visual interface builds that your child will do. Okay, and then as you can see, you get all of these different compartments. And then right here is a line tracing map, so your robot can follow the line with the sensors that it has inside, which is pretty cool. And then here are all of the additional pieces. They have them packaged really nicely in all of the little bags, which I really like because then my child can keep them all just separated and organized. And then here is a Bluetooth controller, and then the RB88 controller, and some tires. Alright you guys, so I'm going to give you a quick flip through now of the 3 different books that come inside this kit, just so you can get an idea of all of the building projects that your child is going to be doing. I think that one looks super fun. As you open up the booklet, you're going to get a table of contents, so each number goes over a different building project, and then it gives you an introduction into what is Ollo, how to use the rivet tool, how to insert batteries and when to replace them, how to download the default RB88 example programs, some safety precautions, and then an introduction to their Steam Cup app. And then you will get a parts list, and then it jumps right into the activities. So as a whole, this course is designed for children who are 10 years old or older, or who are basically anywhere from 5th to 12th grade. In the 3 different booklets that your child will get, they will be walked through creating 36 different robot examples in a very easy to assemble step-by-step way. And this will all use block-based programming language. And as you can see, I mean, like it literally, if your child likes Legos, you guys, this will be very easy for them to follow. This looks exactly like my son's Lego kit booklets, where it gives you piece by piece what you're going to need to start and then exactly where it's going to go. It's very easy to follow. Let me jump to one of the next booklets so you guys can see inside of that. Okay, so this is booklet 2. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. So this kit will teach them the ins and outs of robotic education, and some of the things that your child will learn are things like velocity, acceleration, some different pulley systems, answering questions like how does a robot hear sound or can they see? They'll go over gravity and balance, and they'll also build fun things like a night robot, a wearable robotic arm, a cannon, a robot that can shoot basketballs inside of a hoop. It will also have them build a crane, a whack-a-mole game. They will also even be able to build a robot that can do some boxing, and so many more fun activities. I think that this is just going to be such a joy in any homeschool. Okay, and this is book 3. Now, in order for your child to use this, they will need access to a smartphone or a tablet, because they're going to need to connect to the Steam Cup app that I mentioned in the beginning of the first book. This is where they will be able to access the coding program that they're going to need to build their robot and do all of the movements and things like that. So they'll also get some coding experience, which is really nice. All right, so this is the crane that Noah built. Why don't you show him how it works? So that's pretty cool. He's been having a lot of fun knocking things down. All right, you guys, so that is the end of the review and flip through and just kind of like the walkthrough. I love this box. I think it is just so nice and sturdy. Robotics, if you're watching this, top notch on the box. It speaks to my organizer heart. So I hope that this helped you guys to kind of just get a feel for the curriculum and see if it will be good for your children. I think if you have the type of child who gets easily frustrated with building things, this is probably not going to be the best kit for them. Just because there's certain things, like the only downside so far that we have found is sometimes the app is not always very user friendly, and sometimes it's very slow. Like you go to push a button and it doesn't like go right away, which I know won't bother most people. But for those of you who are like, I want it fast, quick, and in a hurry, just go into it knowing that like it might take, there might be a 1 to 2 second delay, okay, and that's okay. But sometimes, like with the app, it takes a little bit of trial and error. It's not overly complicated or anything, and Robotics has a very great customer service team that will help you walk through whatever issues you may face with the app or your robot, which I personally really enjoy. At one point we did have to reach out to them just because my son's robot was only going forward and we couldn't get it to go backward unless it was in the default setting. And they were great with helping us with that. They even said, you know, if they sent us back a video just so we can try to pinpoint where my son was maybe going wrong. And they said that we could even send a video of the robot just so then if we couldn't figure it out on our own, that they could try to help us pinpoint the problem. So I like that they're responsive and that they care enough to sit there and watch videos that people send them, and then also send videos that, you know, we could learn from. Now, the only last thing that I will say is that if you have a child who likes the really big Lego sets, like, you know, the ones that I'm talking about, the huge ones, and they like spending that time, you know, persevering through maybe building something wrong and then having to go back and pinpoint what area they messed up on it and then fixing it, and they have that like tinkering spirit about them, this is going to be the perfect robot for them. If they get easily frustrated with the building process and they're kind of flighty and they don't like spending a lot of time sitting down and building something, then you might want to try out a robot that is a little bit more phrased for beginners. My son, like I said, he's only taken one robotics course, and it was in a co-op, and that was I think a 3.5-month class. So while it introduced him to robots, he's not an expert by any means, and he's been able to go throughout these. But he's also the type of kid who has the tinkering spirit, and he likes building things. So this has not been overly complicated for him, and he's had such a joy in building some of the robots. So those are just things to consider if you are looking at a robotics course or curriculum for your child for next year. I try to include everything that I would have a question on when I'm looking at a curriculum. So hopefully all of that information is helpful for you guys. If you are interested in checking this out, like I mentioned, it will be linked down below. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, and I will see you again later. Bye.